a fish that lives in very deep, very cold rivers. Their taste is strong, pungent, oily. They are caught in weighted traps that fall, then rest somewhere on the muddy bottom. The traps are left for days. In winter, when the tops of rivers freeze, blackfish push their plump bellies down into the mud, as far from the ice as they can get. They wait. They're never seen swimming in their rivers. They don't jump up into the air to break their egg sacs like salmon or to catch bugs like trout. People know they are there because they know they are there. And when they are hauled up in traps, they are motionless, and then they're stored in buckets. 3, 5, 6, 7 blackfish can lay in the bottom of an average bucket. They lay there belly down. They don't flop. They don't roll off heaving to one side. They don't fight the air. They press their plump bellies down on the bottom of the bucket, holding themselves in the fish kind of upright. I imagine that they imagine the top of the bucket covered with ice, the bottom covered with mud. They can sit in a bucket on a porch for months with no water, no mud, no food, no fish air. They lay there on their bellies still. But when brought back to their rivers, when gently held in the palms of 2 human hands, their sides pulse, their heads move from side to side, and then they swim away. My cousin told me about the time he tried studying blackfish for a science fair at school. It was spring, so he put his blackfish trap down into the river and waited 2 days. He caught 4 blackfish. He placed these in his bucket, which he placed in the back mudroom of the house near the dog food, because he had to wait until fall. I said that you can eat blackfish, that their taste is strong, pungent, oily. You can. But you eat them raw and you eat them head in your mouth. It's as if you eat the blackfish while at the same time the blackfish swims to your belly. But my cousin didn't eat his spring-caught blackfish. He wanted to study them, to open them, to see the guts and the bones that seemed to dissolve with spit. He imagined blood and heart and lungs. He wanted to pin the blackfish open, draw its picture, label parts, find out how they sit themselves upright in buckets, why they never surface their rivers, how they come to life after months pressed into mud. So he took one blackfish and held it in his hand. But he didn't wake it. He took a knife and he cut it from anus to head up the belly. But he didn't see lungs or guts or blood. He held the knife in his right hand, the blackfish in his left, but after the cut, he couldn't hold onto the fish. It dissolved in his hand, became a kind of thick, black liquid goo. He tried to stop it from slipping through his fingers, but the blackfish goo got heavier as it dripped toward the floor, and the whole mess of it slipped off of his palm, gathering in a puddle at his feet, so he tried another, same thing. If you cannot cut a blackfish open to look at its insides, can you study its insides, he asked me. But he didn't give me time to answer. Instead, he continued, I couldn't cut another. I ate my last 2 blackfish, and I ate the blackfish that were sitting upright in my father's bucket, the ones he caught for feasting in late winter. Emily, I ate 5 blackfish, he said. Good God, I said. Nobody eats 5 blackfish. You eat 1 for health, but my cousin thought that if he ate a lot of blackfish, he could find out about the blackfish soul, about what they dream during the ice over, about their survival through the harshest conditions, laying in buckets in homes away from the cold, deep habitat of river and mud, about their swim down our throats. He thought there was something the blackfish could teach him, that he could maybe in turn teach his family and friends and teacher at school. The blackfish made him puke. It came pouring out of his mouth, sliding over his tongue, that same thick, black liquid goo he felt slipping through his fingers toward the floor. It pulled out of him, leaving him feeling cleaner than before, but with a horrible taste in his mouth. He lay down, belly pressed to the floor. He couldn't move, so he fell asleep. He told me, "The blackfish are unstudyable. They exist to live in rivers and buckets and bellies. You cannot cut a blackfish open, please. Do not try. You cannot eat too many. Trust me. Don't. But when the blackfish enters your dreams, you hold still and listen to what it says. It will tell you when to swim headfirst into danger. It will tell you when to press your belly down wherever you are and rest. It will tell you how to survive this world. It will tell you its secrets.